make sure it's still going. Alright guys, welcome to class. We're going to do a reading comprehension lesson today. And the story is going to be Aguinaldo by Lulu Delaker. The story today is going to be on realistic fiction. Does anyone know what realistic fiction is? Jade.
Could happen in real life.
Could happen in real life. What were you going to say, Troy?
Same thing.
Same thing, okay. So something that could happen in real life, a story that could happen in real life. So based on the cover page, what do you guys think that the story might be about? What?
Something at school.
Something at school? Okay, Troy, what do you think?
Two friends that are worried about something.
Okay, two friends that are worried about something. Okay, good. So before we start reading, we're going to do popcorn reading. We're going to each read a page, and then you guys are going to read silently, and then we're going to do the worksheets. But to begin with some of the terms you're going to need to know, we're going to need to know plot, setting, and main characters. So the plot is the main events in a story. So we're going to figure out what the main events are in this story as we read. So think about that as you're reading. And then the setting is the time and the place where a story takes place. And then the main characters are any person that has who's important in the story and important in the plot. Okay, so who would like to start?
Me.
Jade, okay. And then say popcorn, and the next person who's going to read it.
When I was growing up in Puerto Rico, I went to a small girls' school. Every December, Senorita Honorita, our teacher, insisted that the 6th grade visit the nursing home in Saturdays, bringing Christmas cheer to all the old and infirm. It was an experience she
Continue reading.
Senorita decided our classmates would turn up to join the older girls and to have that experience too. I'm not going, I whispered to my friend Margarita. You have to, Marilla, she said. Everyone has to go. Popcorn, sure. All of my classmates looked forward to the trip. Some because they liked rackety bus ride to anywhere. Some because they could skip school for the day, and that meant no homework. And others because they believed that to do a 6th grade activity in 5th grade was very special. But ever since my only grandma died in a nursing home,
Go ahead, babe.
One made me feel sad. I didn't want to go as I sat at my desk coloring the Christmas card that I was assigned to make for a resident. I tried to figure out how I could skip the field trip. Maybe they would let me help at the library. Maybe I could write a special book report at school while they were out. Or better yet, I could wake up ill and stay home from school. As soon as the recess bell rang, I ran over to the library to try out my first plan. Popcorn.
Colazo greeted me. Hola, Senor Colazo, I said, smiling sweetly. I came to ask you if I could stay here tomorrow to help you paint posters for the book fair. I really don't mind spending the whole day at the library. Aren't you going on a field trip tomorrow, Senor Colazo asked. My class is going, but I could be excused if you need my help. The librarian thanked me and said that if I wanted to help, I could join the other students who had already volunteered to stay after school to do the posters. Biting my friends were having a tournament of jacks, but I didn't join them. Instead, I marched right to the 6th grade classroom. Senorita Antonio was grading papers at her desk as I went in. Senorita Antonio, I said softly. Yes, Marilla? Senorita Antonio answered. I stared for a moment at the buckles of my shoes, then without looking up, I took a deep breath, swept back my black curls, and asked, may I stay in school tomorrow to do an extra book report? Okay, so we're going to stop there. You guys are going to silently read the last few pages there really quickly, and then we're going to start our worksheet.
just keep restarting it.
Okay. Is it running?
It is now, but I just kept restarting it.
I can help you put together.
It stopped a bunch of times.
Don't worry, I'll help you on everything. Okay, Amy, we finished the
You
book.
finished? Okay, so now you guys are going to work on the worksheets right here, okay? So start on your worksheets, and you can reference the book if you need to go back and find the answers. If anyone needs help, just raise your hand. You guys need a few more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, does anyone need help with any of the answers or questions?
No.
Okay.
You forgot to put residence up there.
Residents, we're not going to do that one
Okay.
because there's another word too, but I think it's going to be too many words. There's a lot of this to sign. Okay, you guys have about 2 more minutes, and we're going to go over everything.
I finished.
You finished? Okay.
I'm gonna color.
Is Troy finished? Troy, you finished?
No.
No? Okay.
He's-
Gonna have to piece everything together.
Amy, can I draw on the back of my paper?
Yeah. All right, Troy, you ready? All right, so I'm going to begin going over the questions. So turn your paper over.
You forgot to make this done.
Okay, you done? Okay. Turn your paper over to the front. Okay. Now, what is the setting? What's the plot of the story?
Like it's about Abuelita.
So what's the main events that take place in the story?
Abuelita, the nurse.
Troy,
That was kind of what I was.
what were you going to say?
Abuelita, Marilla, her mom, and her friend.
Okay, good. What's the setting of the story? Jade.
The setting at the beginning was her at school, but at the end, it was a nursing home.
Okay, good. There's 2 settings, school and the nursing home. What happens at the beginning of the story, Troy? Or what happens? What's happening at the very beginning of the story?
She doesn't want to go to the nursing home because her grandma died there.
Yeah. So what does she do? Okay. So what happens in the middle of the story? Because she doesn't want to go. Jade.
She tries to play sick, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. And then what happens in the conclusion? What happens in the end? What does she end up doing, Troy?
Going to the nursing home and having a good time.
Yeah, good. So that's the beginning, the middle, and the conclusion. Okay, and all right, so for the multiple choice questions, we're going to go over a few of those. Who does Marilla try to ask if they need help to get out of going on the field trip?
The librarian.
The librarian? Okay. And the teacher? Okay. What is Marilla's mom bringing for the field trip? Jade. No, she's not bringing candy. Troy.
2 trays of Oh, that's a
Temlet, yeah. Remember she's
That's
bringing the
an
Mexican
option.
dish. What does Marilla give to an old
card.
lady? Huh?
A card.
What kind of card, Troy?
Christmas.
Christmas card, okay. So let's see if Troy can answer some of these. Does Marilla have fun at the nursing home? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
Because
What are they doing there? Remember?
dancing, having fun.
Playing guitar, singing, right? Okay. Why does Marilla not want to leave the nursing home when the bus arrives? Troy,
Because she's having so much fun.
she's having so much fun. Okay. What friend does Marilla make at the nursing home that she can't wait to come see again?
She makes a friend named Annalisa.
Yes, Annalita. And what's unique about Annalita? Well, how's she different?
She's blind.
She's blind. So what is she going to do for her the next time? What are they going to do?
Like,
They're going to make something.
yeah.
Troy.
Help her. Make some
They're
veggies.
going to make a collage so she can touch something since she can't see. Okay.
That's what I basically
So did the story end up the way you thought it would end up? Looking at the first page and thinking that they were just at school?
Well, no, because they were at school and the setting changed, so.
So it would turn out different than you thought, right? Okay, good. So there was some vocabulary in some of the reading we had. So the first one we're gonna go over it is page 199. And I want Troy, why don't you read that sentence for the highlighted word on page 199. It's right here, assigned. So read the sentence that has assigned in it.
To make for a resident, I tried to figure out how I could skip this field trip.
But what about the word assigned?
Assigned.
Did you read it? Read that sentence.
Assigned to make for a resident, I tried to figure out how I could skip this field trip.
Okay, so assigned means
Gave out a task.
gave out a task. So can you use that word in a sentence?
My teacher assigned a lot of homework.
Okay, Troy.
My teacher assigned a test on Friday.
Okay, good. We're gonna do a couple more and then I'm gonna have one person come up to the board and write their sentence that they made up. Okay. So we're gonna go over the word mature, having characteristics of an adult. So that word is on page 199. Jake, read that.
Our class was mature enough to join the older girls and have that experience too.
Okay. Do you want to write a sentence on the board that you're gonna make up? Okay. Okay, so you can write it right here, and you can underline it. We were very mature. Okay.
Wait.
Oh, good.
Sure.
Chores. Okay.
Hey. Well.
Being asked.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little tight there, but you fit it, I guess. Okay. So your sentence is, we were very mature by doing chores without being asked. Okay. That's a good sentence. That's a good sentence. Thank you. We were mature because we did chores without being asked. So you could, instead of saying by doing, you could say because we did chores without being asked. But that's, you want to do scattered or gingerly?
Scattered.
Scattered. Okay, so scattered means to spread out, and that's on page 204. So I'm going to read that sentence, or you want to read it? You can read it. 204. So find the highlighted word, scattered. The
residents were scattered everywhere.
Okay, the residents were scattered everywhere. So you want to come up and do a sentence? And marbles.
How do you spell again?
My marbles were, you want to say were scattered?
Yeah.
W-E-R-E. Chalk is a little bit hard. Were. That concludes our lesson for Aguinaldo by Lulu Delacre. And we have I'm Miss Amy, and we have our students, Troy and Jade. Thank you for participating today in your class lesson, and we'll see you later.